possessive. Thinks he owns me and the kids, Chelsea included. It all went wrong when I went back to work." She reflected for a moment. "Our life was fine while I played housewife and he knew where I was. The moment I was independent, he didn't like it. Monitored my frigging—" Jenna pulled herself up. "Checked my phone calls. Even followed me to work." "Physically threatening?" Jenna hesitated. "No. Well, I think he threw paint over a guy at work's car, but I can't prove it." "How about with the children? Any concerns?" The hesitation again. "No. Nothing. Pushed you? Twisted your arm?" Jenna shook her head. "So," said Natalie slowly, "tell me why you're worried he might get custody." Jenna moved in her chair. "My lawyer said there are two types of judges. Women-friendly, the old-school types that think it's the woman's job to bring up the children, and the ones who think they're playing it fair." Jenna grimaced. "Turns out there's a third type." She handed Natalie a newspaper clipping dated a few weeks earlier, headed, "False Claims Leave Dads in the Cold." Crusading journalist Mark LeBroy was taking up a right-wing senator's attack on the family court. Fathers were taking their own lives and those of others out of sheer frustration at the unfairness of the system. Natalie's colleague and perennial pain-in-the-ass Associated Professor Jay Wadwa had been quoted in support, as had a family court judge from an earlier review of the family court. He felt dads were getting a rough deal. Jenna pointed to the photo of the judge. "That's the guy we got." This explained the need for a succinct, pertinent report from a strong advocate for women's rights. Jenna's lawyer, Ms. Yang, was presumably aware of Natalie's reputation, but there was still a large missing piece. Why a psychiatrist? Rather than a psychologist, maybe even one assessing the effect of the separation on the children rather than the mother. Now, Jenna gave the answer she'd been holding back. "Malik! He knew me at a time when I wasn't well, and I don't want him to think he can use it against me." There was a nervous edge to Jenna's tone, but her look was all, "Don't fuck with me." It wouldn't be the first time an estranged partner had cited psychiatric illness as leverage to get custody, sometimes with justification. Natalie had minimal experience of the family court, but she imagined that, as with the other courts, a lot depended on how sympathetic and informed the judge was about mental illness. This one sounded pro-parent and perhaps had some catching up to do regarding the more recent move towards children's rights. Natalie wondered whether his other views were similarly archaic. "Let's go through your psychiatric history then," Natalie said. "Familiar ground, doing the checklists, targeting the likely problem areas. Psychosis, mood and anxiety disorders." Jenna admitted to a few mood symptoms in response to current circumstances. "Eating disorders? Check. Anorexia nervosa as a teenager." "Dieting, exercising, throwing up, just the usual." "Did you go to hospital?" Overly long pause. "No. And I'm over it. It was nearly 20 years ago." Noted, with a question mark. Natalie leaned forward slightly. "Is there anything you're not telling me? Better to tell me now than have my report thrown out of court because it doesn't address something Malik thinks he can prove." They'd both done drugs, dope and ice, in Paris. Not now. Another question mark. "Alcohol?" "I used to drink a bit." Not anymore, Jenna added, but Natalie put a question mark here too. Was this what she was concerned that Malik would bring up in court? Natalie combed through Jenna's childhood, including her relationship with her mother and father. Parents not only provided a role model for parenting style, they also shaped personality and self-confidence. Jenna's father, Stephen, was strict, very involved, loving, emotionally distant, and always there. Some contradictions. He can't have been always there, as he had a job and often had to travel for work, but Jenna was light on detail. He seemed to be the classic father who connected with his children, Jenna more so than her brother or twin sisters, by taking them to out-of-school activities like Little Athletics.